Hi Libra, how's everybody doing? Before we get into this, let's set the intention for this to be a space where everyone allows themselves to feel seen and validated, and ultimately for this to be a safe space and a healing space in alignment with everyone's highest good. Okay, I'm seeing a very clear picture in the pre-shuffle. It looks like something has finally come to an end. You may be feeling the effects of that, maybe kind of feeling a bit out of sorts. It looks like you're going through a very big transition or transformation right now, like with the death card looming over. So this means like the death card can be very, very uncomfortable. It means like a lot of things are changing for us, or we're going through a very big transition, or you feel like a core part of you even is like blossoming into something else. And sometimes that can be unnerving too, because you may be feeling like when you look in the mirror, you're seeing something different reflected at you than you had been seeing before. However, don't write it off just because it's unfamiliar. This transformation seems very, very significant. Seems like a lot has been leading up to this point. Knight of Wands. Your intuition's telling you something you need to know. The Knight of Wands, especially to be starting with it, it's like this could be somebody you're dealing with, but this can also be about like your impulse control too. Maybe you want something new for yourself. It looks like you are seizing the day with something, like really taking off and doing something, like even like vigorously or with a lot of motivation, a lot of energy behind it. Like it just seems like you may be running with your ears pinned back, but it's because you're working on something important. Like you may feel like you're in a more creative energy. It feels kind of fresh. It looks like there are like certain goals that you have in mind too right now. Hoping that they pay off for you. It really seems like using as much creative energy as possible. Yeah, here the death card is again. Scorpio is following you all around. I'm also looking at Uranus here. Yeah, it's like, new you. Who's this? Something big is changing for you. I feel like your energy is so much more bold than it had been before. It's like nothing is about to stop you. The Knight of Wands is the fastest knight. It just seems like something's really, really taking off. And for it to be fire, like this can be like your motivation, your creativity, you doing things in a way where it's like the Knight of Wands is also very confident too. It's like putting your work out there, putting something out there, or doing something and not hesitating with it. It's something that you're creating. This may be something kind of original, maybe new territory for you, something that you feel very hopeful about. It looks like it's something very new too. Super successful with something that you're doing. This may be something that like you're gaining popularity or even traction with. So the Two of Swords is here. There's some type of decision, 4:44 on the time. There's some type of decision that you need to make, that you know you need to make. And you're going to have to take action by like calling this out, having a conversation, making some sort of announcement. You have to use your throat chakra. The thing with the Two of Swords is that it's not like the Two of Pentacles where it's like you're still trying to weigh your options. This is that you know what you need to do, what decision you're going to make, like how you're going to take action, but you haven't actually done it yet. And this is about doing that now. You may have had a job opportunity that you had been waiting on even. It seems like because you had to wait, you may have gotten a little bit discouraged about this. Opportunity, work related, can be related to your finances somehow. Something that you may have even invested in with the Seven of Pentacles here. Or like maybe you're like, do I want to invest in this? Do I not? It looks like if you do, it's really going to pay off for you. I'm seeing the 10 of Pentacles following the 7. Yeah, you're like, I know that this is going to take some time, or that you may not get like an immediate benefit from something, but it's going to end up paying off for you, I'm seeing. The High Priestess knows. I think intuitively you know this, like that's why I'm seeing the High Priestess on the bottom of the deck, but for some reason you feel conflicted about it. About like saying something or doing something, taking action in some sort of way. Or again, like investing. Why? I'm getting an energy where it's like you may be feeling confused about what you want, but I'm not getting... It's interesting. If you're holding yourself back from something, or you're like, I don't know if I should leave or not, or I don't know if I should do this or not, or pursue this or not, like you may find that what's holding you back is a sense of fear, or like you feeling like you won't be able to make it, or that you're not good enough, something like that, or you just not believing in yourself even. It feels like that's the internal conflict, or because something doesn't happen immediately even, you're being guided to work through this right now. Especially to work with your emotions as you're processing everything, your thought process as you're processing everything. Like, don't get discouraged just because things are a bit ambiguous right now, I'm getting. Or yeah, something's taking time and you don't get like an immediate like reaction or response from something. I'm hearing dwelling. Somewhere that you may be dwelling, or even something you could be dwelling on, maybe like bringing more of a sense of like dissatisfaction or confusion to you in some sort of way. Dwelling. A dwelling can also be like a place that you frequent. Yeah, it's like you're trying to go somewhere, but you don't know. It's like you get in your car and you have to drive somewhere, but you don't know the directions to get to the location, or you don't know like where you're supposed to be driving. However, you're already in the car. I'm seeing there be like stress related to this. There may be something you need to think about more, like maybe zoom out a bit even. Yeah, what I'm seeing is that, okay, as like frustrating as this can be, it looks like the stress that you're feeling is actually good stress because it's going to help you. Stress and anxiety, when we like harness that and channel it into something empowering, we can use that for it to motivate us and get us moving. And it seems like this is what you're being guided to do with it. Like, rather than sitting in it and being like, I hate the way I feel right now, or I don't know how I feel and I'm so uncomfortable and things are ambiguous, there's a sense of being like, if you don't like being in that spot, do something about it. Move, take action somehow. I'm hearing distributing. Maybe even distribute the energy differently. Or like, maybe so it's not all so concentrated even. Interesting, Libra. The High Priestess. Your intuition will tell you where to go. Yeah, this is one of those things where it's like, this is metaphorical. You get in the car, you don't know where to go. You're being guided to put a blindfold on and drive, and you're going to go exactly where you need to go. It's like you're meant to be following your gut, following your instinct and your intuition right now, and not getting caught up, because it seems like you may be overthinking something, or like even overanalyzing what you're feeling, and it's getting you all caught up. You're supposed to just follow what you're feeling and like really tap into that part of yourself. Because with the High Priestess here, it's like, you know what you want, and the High Priestess is not going to steer you wrong. She's telling you exactly where to go. It's like when you are sitting in this place thinking about all of this to the point of it being unproductive for you, it's like you don't even know where you're trying to go right now. However, when you get back to the heart of it and connect with yourself, the High Priestess tells you exactly where you need to go. And that's that part of you that's deeply connected with things that rationally you couldn't possibly know. However, intuitively you do. And so this is about trusting that part of yourself right now. It's going to give you directions, I'm hearing. You may feel a bit uncomfortable because you may like to rely on other things to make your decisions right now. You're being guided to do this like just intuitively. Ground and connect. And whatever it is that's stressing you out, back away from it, if that's possible for you. It seems like a centering needs to happen. And to believe in yourself and your gifts and tap in. Because I'm seeing this all be like all you believing in yourself, you trusting yourself, you feeling your energy and creating from that space and like making moves from that space too. You may also be doing something that's like stressing you out, or like you're wearing thin, or like something is like even pulling on you energetically, and you're being guided to call this back to you so you can reorient yourself right now. It seems like you want to like focus and channel all of your energy, like all of it, in a very particular direction. So if you're like doing too many things and you're all over the place, there's a sense of like your energy kind of being scattered and you want to call it all back in. And this can mean like overextending yourself in some type of way. But it seems like it's happening in a way that's like really distracting you from your mission right now. Getting clarity on a plan you're making plans, getting clarity. Yeah, if this feels like one of those situations too, where it's like you find yourself in the middle of the field with fog all around you, and the fog is not going to dissipate. You're going to be the one that has to move out of it. So it's like you need to just pick a direction and go. So you can like at least get to a spot where the fog is not all around you. And that's going to benefit you more than just staying stagnant right now. Yeah, there's definitely an energy of feeling like you're at your limit with something, or you feel super overwhelmed. But that's also a signal that you need a break. You may be feeling stressed out by an interpersonal relationship right now. I'm looking at the Lovers here. Can also be a Gemini, or it's somebody that you're close with. Can be romantic, doesn't have to be. Let's see. plan, clarity, an ending to a relationship, somebody you have to set boundaries with, somebody you're close with. Again, this can be a Gemini or like somebody that you have a close relationship with, but it seems like you feel stressed out by the connection that you have. And this is like taking away from your self-care and ultimately your peace. This is about you tapping into like your needs and your self-love and your self-care and ending something that's bringing like chaos or drama or unrest into your life even. Like, you may also just need to like cool it with this person. Like, maybe you guys are too close or something like that. And again, it's like detracting from some area of your life. It's like you're so caught up maybe in something interpersonally that's going on that it's like all the other areas of your life you may be neglecting, something like that. And this can mean, it doesn't even have to mean, like for some of you, like there is a relationship that's ending. This can also mean changing something within like a dynamic that's happening. So because you change something about the dynamic, the relationship also changes. Boundaries are needed. And maybe you're being guided to try that more or try that differently than you had been doing before. It just seems like something becomes very obvious or very clear to you and that you recognize that like something can't continue ultimately. It's like you're not finding what you need there. Maybe you also don't feel supported too, because I'm seeing like feeling such a stressed out energy. And maybe you feel like the stress is like unequally distributed. It's like maybe you even have some sort of concern and you don't feel like that's a shared concern, and that's also weighing on you too. In the first spread, I'm looking at Mercury, Scorpio, Uranus. In this spread here, I'm looking at the Moon and Gemini. There might be a lot going on emotionally for you. You're being guided to like ground and try to stay as centered as possible right now. Especially as this is something that may like get you more like on edge even in a situation like that. Don't make decisions when you're not feeling well, mentally, physically. Yeah, it seems like something karmic is... I'm hearing unrolling. Unrolling. Yeah, this is like... There's a potential for something karmic to like be happening, and this can be like a potential connection. It seems like you have the option to opt out of something. It seems like you can either sign up for another karmic lesson, yeah, or you don't have to. It seems like it may be difficult though, because there could be like some sort of attachment that you're feeling with like someone or something, and so you may want to re-engage because it feels good in a moment, but long term this is going to get sticky. I'm seeing like karmically, energetically. Yeah, you're being guided to think about this, to pull back and see the big picture. This may also be a lesson that you've already gone through and you're being guided to remember that, I'm also hearing. Or it could like parallel a similar situation that you had been in before. So if you don't want to repeat the lesson, Spirit's telling you not to take the offer. Like not to engage in this. Like don't sign the karmic contract. So yeah, you have an option to opt out of something. But you may feel like kind of at the mercy of something because you feel attached to it. So this is about recognizing that too, and recognizing if you need to energetically break away from something so you don't get wrapped up in it. Jupiter, Taurus, Capricorn. I'm hearing Mercury. Mercury's in the first spread. Neptune. All right, my friends, we're going to leave the reading here. I would like to thank everybody for joining. Thank you for tuning in. I'm wishing everybody love and light and healing, and I hope to catch you guys next time.